Hello and welcome. This is Melskinner, and we're back with some more Neo Scavenger. We've made it to Camp Grayling, and now it's time to enter the base. We've already taken a look inside the base, and now it's time to enter. So it is an electrified fence, but it looks like we, according to this, will be able to get in. So let's try it. Fingers crossed we don't die here. With everything you've been through, the first few cuts through the electrified mesh fence chip off little from your resolve, but after 10, 20, 30, it becomes difficult to ignore the vicious tingling, the spreading sting, the sensation of skin pulling and twisting against itself. You sweat with anticipation before each cut and pause for relief after. Simple task of cutting a few wires has grown into an increasingly gargantuan task. Eventually, after a grueling test of your resolve, you decide that's it, that's good enough. A few kicks and your fence folds over. All right, here we go. As the fence opens, you feel areas of white-hot pain intermittently, and you recoil. The sensation disappears when you move from the opening, and soon you discover that the pain seems to come from within the facility. Fortunately, after some tentative testing, it appears your attire shields you from it. So this is the foil poncho that we made. So we're going to go ahead and enter the camp. But from what I understand, once we enter here, the foil poncho is going to disintegrate, so that's going to be it. Now, I don't know what we need to do after that, but I think we're not necessarily safe from the radiation once we get inside, so it would have been nice to have another one of these ponchos, but that would have taken a lot more foil, and I just wanted to get in here, so let's go ahead and enter. Bracing yourself, you push through the breach in the fence and start walking. 10 seconds later, all you felt are a few hot touches through the vulnerabilities of the foil covering your body, joints, holes, and so on. You keep your back to the emitter to protect your face. It's really working. The signal from the emitters are bouncing right off you. You stand in victory and raise your arms. You know you shouldn't, and you're facing the wrong way anyway. Yet, is that all you've got? You yell, and you don't regret it. When you regain your good senses, you make your way quickly across the field, still careful to keep your face covered from the octagonal emitters of the turret. The hits of microwave radiation may be small, but severe pain in small doses is still severe pain. Meanwhile, your protective foil is tearing with every movement you make. By the time you wear out your foil poncho's durability, you've cleared the turret's range. Most of the getup is in shreds behind you. The rest, unusable, clings to your body. You pluck off the foil hat and shrug the rest off. No reason to look like an idiot anymore. Or you can go on, squeaking and servos echo from behind you, drawing your attention back to the fences. I'm guessing that's a belt-wheeled drone is positioning itself by your handiwork. With skinny limbs, the mesh is spliced and patched, and moments later, the repair bot is trundling back into its access trench like nothing happened. Given how long it takes to cut through the fence, even without a turret at your back, it's clear that going out the way you came in would mean death most painful. You'll have to find another way. For now, the grounds of Camp Grayling await. The dense mist coils around the base's ethereal lights. Every step peels back the white curtains bit by bit as you cross into a central area flanked by several looming structures. The three megalithic spheres consider you from beyond them on the far side of the base, like a hand considers an ant in its palm. As you near the center, a wall of mist thickens before you, reclaiming everything into obscurity. The only sense of direction is culled from the array of lights shearing through the haze, forming eerie constellations you can almost reach out and touch. You press on. One by one, your steps reveal buildings, some small, some the size of giants. You stand at the epicenter of Camp Grayling. A vast central area opens up before you, awash in blind white halogen and ghostly clouds, menacing, silent, and otherworldly. From the swirling gray, unmoving shadows climb out of their wombs and assume their true forms. Various buildings surround the central area. Your eyes are all drawn to the nearby storage shed first. Farther out stand an air traffic controls tower, a barracks, and a maintenance hangar. But there's one figure that demands more of your attention, as do its four siblings behind it. With heavy, bone-crushing thuds on a corpse-littered tarmac, they tread on six spider-like legs. All too familiar octagonal emitters are mounted on their backs, and they're coming for you. Okay, we can attack the machines, we can run for cover towards one of the surrounding buildings, or we can look at our things. I say we run for cover. Smartly recognize the futility of going up against the VMADs. I guess we somehow magically knew what their name was. However, the barracks, tower, and hangar lie beyond them, and the machines could not look more territorial if they tried. What you need to do is get indoors and fast, but where? So it's saying that everywhere except the storage shed, right? Run through them to the maintenance hangar unprotected. Run through them to the barracks unprotected, or run through them to the control tower unprotected. Oh, okay, so that's these options, and then there's run away to the nearby storage shed. So the storage shed's closest, and then these they're in the way. So I say we go to the storage shed, because we'd be able to get inside and be shielded from the radiation that they can bombard us with. So let's go ahead and do that. You bolt toward the storage shed. The VMADs follow you, their emitters locked on. You feel a blast of burning run across your skin, mounting with every step. But you push through it. You manage to make it to the door of the shed before it gets too bad. Yeah, see, I think if we'd done anything else, we'd be dead right now. You seal yourself inside and the pain subsides. You can still hear the VMADs outside circling, stalking, taunting. All right. In contrast to the base's outside areas, the interior of the storage shed is a small sanctum of darkness absolved of fog, extending only a half a dozen yards in either direction. Sounds from the VMADs outside ring louder, however, never allowing you to forget they're there. Along the walls, you see little that you can use. A few rotting pieces of wood lay in splinters, pallets, and another lifetime, caked with grime and dirt. But there's hope. The lone downlighter in the shed draws your eye down its illuminated cone. There's an old forklift in here. Okay, so I don't know if we have the skills to do this, to be honest with you. We don't have any mechanical skills. We don't have any electrical skills or hacking skills or anything like that. So we can check out the forklift. We can assess our things, or we can leave. Let's assess our things first. So I want to look in our inventory, and I just want to put this back on. Not that it probably matters. You look through your supplies for anything that might help. Okay. So we've done that. Let's go ahead and check out the forklift, because it seems like that's all we have to do. So let's do that. Thick layer of dust covers everything, every surface, though it does nothing to hide the rust peeling up from the black and green paint job. The heavy-duty frame would give you some assurance for safety if it weren't for the cab being wide open from all sides. Still, it might be good for something. You sit inside and give the ignition a try. Despite appearances, she still moves. Fortunately, forklifts have never been known for moving very fast. What's more, the shed's main doors won't budge. If this forklift is going to get outside, it'll have to be by breaking them down. Hanging on the wall behind you is a rope. Okay, so we can drive the forklift out of the shed. That sounds stupid, as we'd be very slow moving and the robots would just kill us. We can rig the forklift to drive itself out of the shed. That sounds better. Or we can look around the storage shed. Let's try the rope, because maybe, I mean, this might be a bad idea because we're going to be busting through the doors and possibly exposing us to the robots. I mean, honestly, I think there's a lot of the options here are probably going to be death. That seems to be clear to me. That's just the kind of game that this is. So I'm thinking rigging it, what might happen is the robots chase after it. That would probably be the wise move, but I don't honestly know. And We'll just have to see. So let's rig it. But this seems to make... This is stupid. I mean, it pretty much tells you here that that's stupid. So let's do that. Confirm. Taking the rope from the wall, you're relieved to find that there's enough to rig the forklift to drive itself. You fasten the length from the controls to a bar just above a worn-out "Do you even lift, bro?" sticker. All it needs is for you to start it up and point it in the right direction. In the meantime, you'd get some cover from the VMADs, at least until they flank you. It's not going to be a fun ride along. In fact, you're sure the pain will be almost unbearable. What are you counting on is that very word, almost. Now to decide where to go. Okay, so to the control tower, to the barracks, to the maintenance hangar. Well, I think we have to go to the barracks first because we were told to get an ID to do our job. And without that, we're not going to be able to do this. So I'm going to go to the barracks. Confirm. As you loop the rope through the forklift controls, your nerves flare up at the thought of the octagonal emitters all raining down on you and in invisible fury. But this is the only way. One more knot and she's ready. You fire her up, and with no further instruction, she charges forward into the doors and bursts into the tarmac. You hide for as long as you can behind the vehicle's frame, opposite the VMADs, but in moments you realize there's no hiding from them. Their eyes are everywhere. The forklift barrels along at about 10 miles per hour, you guess, and it's the last coherent thought you have before the steering pain consumes you. It takes everything you have just to cling to your clunky ally. Forklift crashes into the side of the building and tips over. You won't be using it anymore. With your last ounces of strength, you make a run for the door, screaming through the burns you've already sustained from the slow journey. Seconds away from crumbling to your feet, you make it inside the barracks. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Double bunks section the large hall into quarters with single bunks and makeshift mattresses strewn around on the ground. Given everything you've walked through on the base, you've nearly forgotten what most of the rest of Michigan looks like outside the wilderness, ravaged by abandon. This place looks almost lived in if it weren't for dust. Many of the overhead lights are dead, but there's enough for you to make your way through the mess. A handful of the beds are immaculately made. Near the entrance, a set of file cabinets have been dragged in, and at the other end, a bathroom. So let's just go ahead and take a look at my things real quick. So I just want to make sure I have this on me, because that would have been bad if I hadn't. All right, so we're good there. Okay, so what do we got? Leave, head to the bathroom, look through the file cabinets, examine the beds. All right, we'll take this one thing at a time. We'll look through the file cabinets first. You shuffle through various schematics, building plans, base layouts, and the drafts of each mixed together. Personal files add some variation to the jumbled records, taking away more of the hour to sort through. Sorry, taking away more of the hour to sort through. Okay, wait. Fine. You've come across one file for a Corporal Stanley Chisholm, dishonorably discharged. You're not sure why he stands out from the rest. You can't place him, but there is a lingering recognition here, like you've studied that face and depended on it. Grab one of the more interesting documents before moving on. Blueprints of the VMAD system. All right, we'll take that, I guess. Shuffle through various schematics, building plans, base layouts, and I think we already got that one. All right. So this is the same description. So we're going to go ahead and examine the beds. Now we need a way to get out of here. So if we don't get that, we might be in trouble. You search beds for anything worthwhile, but find no valuables. Instead, it seems that only ghosts have lived here, not the living. The living keep tokens, only the dead stop caring. You reach a perfectly made bed. On a hunch, you flip up the mattress. A torn page from a diary hides under it. It reads, "The others call me OCD and laugh all they want. Discipline is a part of your training, and whatever infrastructure crumbles away, that's my backbone. Some things are worth fighting for. Isn't that the reason we're still manning this base? To maintain some sense of order in this chaos." Sean never mocks me, though. Even without words, all he says is, "I love you." You replace the page. Okay, let's keep looking. Continue on through the disheveled beds until you come across another neatly made one. Under it hides another diary page. I get more breaks now than I used to. Much as a part of me hates it, I have a duty, just like everyone else here. I shouldn't use this as an excuse, and neither should they. I make the best of it, though. More time to write, more time to hide it from prying eyes. He's always so quiet when he's with me. I feel such ease around him, and that's becoming a rarer thing these days. I keep thinking it couldn't possibly get worse, and then it does. There's talk of abandoning the base altogether, but how could we? People are depending on us, on me. You replace the page. Okay, keep looking. Check the remaining made bed. At the third tidied bunk, and as expected, another entry. Major said it was a done deal. We're running thin as it is, and there's less and less to protect up here. People are fleeing to the south, but I fought hard with him on it. Eventually, I convinced him. Instead, we'll be going on a supply run. No more than a day. We'll protect Crawford County yet. I know how dangerous it is to cross the woods. He's always quiet in my arms here, but not elsewhere. We can't take the risk anyhow. It's only for a day. I'll leave half of my pendant with him and all of my love. It's only for a day. It's only for a day. An ID card falls from the folds. Okay, that's what we were looking for. So now we need to get out of here. Okay. So we already did that. Let's head to the bathroom. Hopefully there's something in the bathroom that will allow us to get out of here. We really needed that badge. I mean, Hatter told us we needed it. So let's see if we can get there. It first seemed that the communal bathroom's lights had been turned off, but as you approach, you see a flickering outline along the inner fringe of the door frame. You stand in front of it, listening to the quiet click, click, click of the light, a testament to how quiet it is in here despite the space's potential for echoing. You can't explain it, but you shiver when you reach for the door. It's locked. Oh no! We needed a means to get through the door. I think we might die here. If I had another foil poncho, we would be able to get out of this, but I don't. I think we might die. That's kind of a bummer because... So we've got head for the bathroom, examine the beds. We'll try this one more time, but... Yeah, it's just the same thing. So we have no choice but to leave now. There's no other thing that we can do here, and I'm really nervous that... you know what? Let me check my things real quick. Can't do anything with that. Can't do anything with that. Doesn't look like we can wear this. Or hold it in our hand. Alright, well. I was kind of hoping maybe if we clipped on the ID badge, the robots wouldn't kill me anymore, but I don't know if that's going to work. Alright, we're going to have to leave now. Living outside, you have but a few seconds to make your next move before those VMADs pin you. The tower is closest, with the hangar beyond that, and across the open tarmac, the shed. However, even the tower is far enough away that you doubt you'd make it alive. Run past the tower to the hangar unprotected. Run towards the control tower unprotected. Run through them to the storage shed unprotected. I'm gonna have to go for this, but I think we're dead. Okay. A moment of rushing air and fear is all I'm sorry. And fear is all you experience before the VMADs lock onto you. Panting, your entire body is in white-hot pain. Nearly stumble when it hits you, but set your jaw and plod onward instead. This may be the most excruciating pain you've felt, but this wouldn't be the first time you've toughed out the hurt. Slam at the tower's door, clawing at the handle. Player may not be able to take much more exposure to the ADS emissions, okay? And as the door opens, you feel the burning trail off until the door slams behind you, leaving you in the darkness and throbbing aches. Oh, wow. All right, so we can't go outside anymore. I thought we were going to die there, for sure. All right, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in the video here, but this is, we're getting close to the end, I think. All right, in any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.